Hello, my name is Lorraine Schuman, and I am your child's language arts teacher. I love this quote, "Alone we can do so little, and together we can do so much," by Helen Keller, because it's really important that we work together to help your child to become the best learner possible. And that's done as a team. A little bit about myself. This is my 13th year here working at Lake Stevens School District. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Special Education and a Master's of Education in Reading and Literacy. Before I became a teacher, I was a sign language interpreter for Snohomish School District. And before I came to Lake Stevens, I taught in Snohomish and Lakewood and Southwest Kansas and Vancouver. So when I'm not working, I'm usually with my family hiking, biking, or just doing trips around. I have 4 grandchildren. The classes that I teach this year are, of course, at first period advisory, and then second, third, and seventh, I teach resource language arts, and for fifth and sixth periods, I team teach language arts with Sydney Haynes. So for positive reinforcement that I use in my classes, everybody learns about the 3 R's of Bulldog Pride: respect for learning, people, and property. And all students follow that and are motivated to do that because they earn Bulldog bucks, which they can use in the student store. Um, we hope that students do start learning intrinsic motivation by this time, and usually most are getting close to being pretty well versed in intrinsic motivation. So that's when students are guided toward doing their best and showing their pride in their work just on their own because they're happy to do a good job. But we all still like positive reinforcement. So in my resource classes, I use a punch card, and students get 1 punch for working hard and 1 punch for positive behavior. And when the card is full, they get to choose from the prize box. And I also have alternate seating in my classroom, which means that I have a beanbag chairs and a couch where students can sit if they're following the 3 R's of Bulldog Pride. And so if we do have some challenging behavior, the first thing that I try to do is some sort of a nonverbal communication. And then if that doesn't work, I go and have a one-on-one conversation with them. Usually when I have students tab or take a break, when I'm in my portable, they usually go outside just because they can get some fresh air. And then we have a conversation before they come in and rejoin the class just to make sure that they've got a plan for how they're going to change their behavior. If they need further um, consequences, then they go to the counseling center and where they will review their behavior and then come back to class. One of the very last things that I try to do, which is pretty rare, is I give lunch or after school detentions. Of course, you'll be notified via email or by the phone call if we're having that big of challenging behaviors. And then hopefully we'll never get to an administrative referral where I notify the administration about severe behaviors. So I rarely have to do that. So communication between us, the best way to get a hold of me is email because I am up and running from the start of my day. Not actually running, I walk fast between my classes because I go between 2 buildings and in 2 different classrooms. So email me. I try to send out group emails every 1 to 2 weeks, and for sure emails when individual emails are the quickest way to get a hold of me. And if we have any questions, like I said, use the email. If you'd like a face-to-face meeting, we'll need to schedule one. Our calendar is pretty packed this year because we have a pretty big 6th grade group, and that's all I teach is 6th graders. Your child will also, if they're on an IEP, they'll need an annual review of that, and we'll update goals and present levels of performance. And then every 3 years, your child is going to have a reevaluation. So please make sure to get back with us when you hear about those meeting times and let us know when you're available. In my resource room, this is a smaller setting in here. And so we do more intervention. So that means that I'm working on decoding skills, phonics skills, reading fluency, reading comprehension, and writing. And then, so then I use something called the Daily 5, but I break it down into Daily 3. And so I'll do that for intervention. And we're doing Lexia Power Up this year for more intervention, which the district purchased. So I'm really happy about that. We're hoping that it'll work really well for students. And I'll also use the SAVIS curriculum, which is our language arts general education curriculum in here as well. So we're right now running about 2 weeks behind the general education peers in the other classes. So, but we are getting still some of the same materials. Not all, but a lot of the same. And then I also have interactive notebooks that we'll be working on and doing those. So your child will learn how to write. So hopefully they'll come in already know how to write a good sentence. But if not, that's okay. We'll still work on how to write a good compound or complex sentence. And then we focus a lot on CERs, which is one good beefy paragraph with a claim or a topic sentence and text evidence and a good concluding sentence. And then we'll also do a narrative and expository right as well. And then, so Google Classroom, please, probably the biggest thing about Google Classroom to know is we teach off, so both in the Team Teach class and in here, I teach off of the Google Slides that are posted in your child's Google Classroom. I'm sorry you're not going to be able to, we can't give you your own special account in Google Classroom, but you can always access your child's Google Classroom from their computer. And just know that if they turn something in, it doesn't necessarily mean they did the work. Sometimes students like to clear out their work and turn it in when it's not done. So please make sure to check. Then you can go to Skyward and you can get your own account and you can set up to get yourself some emails if your child's grade has any falls below a certain level or a certain grade, and that's really slick. So you can do that to check their grades. Okay, and you can expect your child to have pretty minimal homework in my class, mostly just reading 30 minutes a day. And if classwork's not finished, I try to let some parents know, but it's pretty rare. I don't have anything like a reading log. And this year we're not going to do STEMs in the resource room, but we do in Team Teach. So you will have to have your child, if you're in the Team Teach class, then they'll need to study their STEMs every day. But the resource room students do not have to study those. For progress monitoring, I use 3 different assessments for reading: the STAR reading test, a fluency rubric, and then a phonics assessment. And then for writing, I use the Lake Haven School District writing rubrics and just different various like check sheets and stuff for different writing tasks. And then please make sure to attend your child's IEP meeting. There's one per year. And then also bring your kid. And then that way they can learn about their education. So please make sure to check Google Calendar with your kid as much as possible. May not be possible every day, but as much as possible. Make a space for your child to do their daily work. Assist them, please, but please don't do their work for them. We need to know what they know. And then if you have any questions about any work, please email us. Please email me. Please email Ms. Haynes if you're watching this and you are coming from the Team Teach class. Also, pencils. Pencils, I didn't put pencils specifically on here. Pencils seem to disappear from your child's backpack. So please make sure to check their backpack about once a week to make sure that they have pencils. It tends to be a thing that by mid-year, nobody has any pencils anymore. All right, so I'm going to end off there. So I'm looking forward to working with you and your middle schooler, and I want this to be a great year for them. And there's more slides to follow, and so there's just some additional information to help them with their learning process if you're interested in reading them. Okay, so that's it, and I hope you have a great afternoon, evening, or morning if you're watching this then. Bye-bye.